I probably always did multi-events from very young age, probably 9 or 10 years old. I could sprint, I could run long distance, I could jump. I couldn't really throw. I have that problem still now, but I started doing everything from a young age. So I was, because I was equipped with, with everything, speed and endurance and jumping ability. Possibly I should say my Olympic bronze medal in 2004 in Athens. It probably would be my biggest achievement. But recently today it was the European Indoor Championships in Birmingham, where I came second to Carolina Clift and got third on the all-time list ever, which is quite an achievement. And even though I didn't win and I got silver, I feel that's my best performance. I think competing in a heptathlon or decathlon, you definitely have to compete against yourself, because it doesn't matter if you beat somebody or somebody beats you. You have to actually run to the tape as fast as you can and jump as far as you can, because you are competing really only against yourself. Obviously the other people in the competition will affect you, probably how you perform, or if there's pressure, etc., etc., if you're leading or you're not doing so well. But I always think it's against yourself, and when you're running to the tape as fast as you can, it's for you. You're not trying to beat anybody, you're trying to run as fast as you can or jump as far as you can. Before every heptathlon I write an aim for each event, so I have a score in mind which I want to do before I start. So through the events, obviously some go better than others, and hopefully if I do better, then sometimes if I don't do so better on the next event, it balances up, because I might have performed better in an early event. But yeah, I have a target for each event and overall, and I'm a stato, so I roughly know how many points each centimetre second is anyway. So I gradually through the competition know where I am according to what my target was before I started. I have a lot of strong events and one weak event. Out of the 7, the one weakest is javelin. It's let me down recently in 2 major championships, but I have 6 very, very strong events. So if it just became a 6-event challenge, I would do very well. I'd probably be Olympic champion. But no, so I have to overcome my javelin. But the other events are hurdles, the jumping, the running, and the shot putting, and long jumping, and 200 metres. I'm a good standard at, and probably one of the best heptathletes in the world at those events. Yeah, I always when I train, I always concentrate on the weak events, which are generally the throws. Javelin is my weakest, so I concentrate on that, and I concentrate a lot on my speed and technical ability, because even though I'm strong and I'm powerful, I need the technical ability is what's going to get me the points when under pressure. So I do a lot of javelin work, a lot of strength, a lot of work on my javelin work, and a lot of speed and technical work. I used to have one coach that used to oversee the whole programme, but now he left me. So now I have 6 coaches that do everything. I have a strength and conditioning coach. I have a high jump, long jump, shot put, javelin, hurdles, speed, and myself, who coaches all my running, so puts the programme together. So I think that's 7. So I have a variety of people that help me to put my programme together. Probably 1984 Los Angeles Olympics. My mum had it on, and I couldn't stand it, and I cried and cried and cried and cried to make my mum turn it off, because I didn't want to watch it. So and that was probably my earliest Olympic memory, and I think I remember it was probably Kathy Cook running the 400 metres. So and I made my mum turn it off because I couldn't watch it, and that's when she had one of the first VHS video recorders with those buttons that went down, so she had to record it all because I wouldn't watch it. No, I've never had a hero, and I'd never have somebody who I look up to say I want to be that person. The only person I want to be is myself, and I look to myself to attain the goals I want. So I don't have a heroine or hero at all, no. The Olympics are set apart from all other championships because it's once every 4 years, and people do it because they want the medals. There's no money involved. Like World Championships, if you come first, second, top 8, there's money involved. There's no money involved. You go out because you want the medal, and the Olympic medal is like for a footballer winning the World Cup. It's just because there's 4 years in between each championships, and generally a lot happens in 4 years. And I just think it's the prestige of being Olympic champion, and it's a traditional thing. It's been going on for really 120 years, but obviously previously in a long time ago, it's such a historic event that people aim to just be Olympic champion. I always say if I'd never win any medal in any other major championships, as long as I win an Olympic medal, that's all that matters, because that's all everybody wants. start. It started when I was about 12 years old, so I've been training for the Olympics constantly. So I'm always training for the Olympics. Obviously, I have other goals in short-term goals, like there's World Championships first in Japan later on this year. So I'll be focusing on that one first. But everything I do is towards the Olympics. So every bit of training I've done in the last 3 years is towards the next Olympics. Well, I think it's 502 days today. I'm one of these people who writes that in my training diary every day, so I know the countdown. It's quite sad. But no, because I came from nowhere to win an Olympic bronze medal. Nobody really knew of me. They did know of me, but they didn't expect me to come out and win a medal. So I look at what people are doing now, but you can't say that they're not going to improve, or someone's going to come out the woodwork, some Russian girl's going to come out and storm ahead next year. You just don't know. It's so unexpected. And Olympics brings something to some people, and just makes some magic that day. They might not ever perform ever again, but that's the Olympics does something to some people, and they make them perform, and that's what happened to me 3 years ago. So, you know, it's a long way off really, but I'm not looking at girls now thinking that they might medal in Beijing. I know that I've got a chance of, you know, I've got a chance of grabbing a gold medal, and I'll have to. That's how I set my sight. Well, hopefully you go around the other side of the world, and you've got to see I think we're not too far off Great Wall of China. It's Beijing way, around there. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but I'm starting to learn Chinese because I think it's a bit considerate when you go to a country to learn a little bit of the language, just the basics. So I can get around, and people probably respect the fact that I've learned a little bit of their culture. So, but I will definitely have opportunity. Take a tour around China somewhere. It's quite a difficult one. I haven't competed there, but the most diverse place I've ever been to do is South Africa. I've just come back from Johannesburg, and so a lot of, if you've been to South Africa, you know it's either very, very poor or very, very rich. And you know, I had to go to the track via past a shanty town, and it's like, it breaks your heart. You see little kids begging for money on the street, wanting to look after your car, and then on the other side of the road there's you know, the true Afrikaans people who, you know, who just get on with their life, wealthy, got a nice car, nice house in the suburbs. You know, it's like you see the poor and then you see the rich, and that's quite hard, because in our country we have a choice. In that country they don't have a choice a lot of the time. And you know, we went to a shopping centre where that on the wall it said no guns allowed. And it's fun. That's real. That's how real it is. So you know, I go to a lot of, I mean, it's a third world country, so you go, you know, you train there, and you expect them to they provide excellent facilities, but the rest of the country is, you know, it's really poor. But I mean, I'm quite lucky. I go to places where it's not really, you know, I compete in countries that it's not really, it's quite a wealthy city. Like Gothenburg was fantastic, Melbourne was fantastic. So, oh dear. Recently, I'd have to say, I mean, you have to hats off to Kelly Holmes for doing a double, 8 and 15, and El Garouge, who did the double, I think 15 and 3000. Obviously, if I look from other sports, I have to say someone like Stephen Redgrave. So, because to get 5 medals over 3 decades, and this is a massive achievement, and especially what he went through to get that medal in Sydney. So I'd probably say Stephen Redgrave is probably the ultimate Olympic hero, greatest Olympic athlete.